Hello again, I'm Mike Stolberger, Director of Elections for Blue Earth County, and I'm going to be walking you through the next module in your election judge training in the Rules and Processes series. This next module is on voter assistance and what election judges and others can do to assist voters on election day. Let's continue with the training. In this module, we're going to cover what voter assistance exactly is, and we're going to go through some of the basics in terms of the types of assistance that can be provided on election day. We'll also dive into some of the election laws related to voter assistance, especially those that have changed due to recent court decisions. And then I'll give you some resources at the very end of this module so that you can learn more if you're interested. Our first and foremost responsibility in providing voter assistance is to make sure that every voter is able to participate equally. We never assume the level of help that a voter may need, and we always want to make sure that they're able to vote in a manner that fits their circumstances best. When a voter is getting assistance, the election judges or other assisters in the polling place should never influence how a person votes. We also want to make sure that we direct all questions to the voter and not to others with them unless the voter asks us to do so. We also are only going to help as much as needed, and we're going to make sure that 2 election judges of different major parties are participating in the assistance if we need to assist in marking a ballot according to a voter's direction, or if we need to provide other assistance related to the actual voting process. You'll note this is 2 election judges of different major parties. If someone is not affiliated in the polling place, they're not able to participate in the voter assistance roles. However, our county election staff can do that because they are not affiliated. They don't have to be affiliated to work in the polling place. We also want to make sure that we never reveal the vote or the intention of the voters' selections on the ballot. And we also want to make sure that we never challenge a voter's eligibility to vote based on a perceived cognitive capability or disability. I'm going to spend just a few minutes here talking about curbside voting. We're going to dive into curbside voting in a separate module as we expect to see an uptick of this related to COVID-19 and some voters' concerns with entering the polling place. However, in a nutshell, curbside voting is the process of voting from a vehicle when a voter is unable to enter the polling place. We've already got questions as to whether or not this means that they actually have to have a disability that prevents them from entering the polling place. The answer to that is no. It is whenever a voter requests this level of voting due to their announced or perceived inability to enter the polling place. The process essentially works by the voter requesting the ballot be brought to their vehicle. This can be done via a phone call or at the curbside on election day, where the voter usually flags down another voter who is walking into the polling place, and that other voter then requests assistance for the person in the car. Remember, this requires 2 judges from different major political parties, or a judge and the county staff member, and they'll actually go out and provide assistance at the curbside. It's also important to note that only election judges and elections officials can complete this process. A friend or family member or some other assister in the polling place is not able to bring a ballot to a car or to a voter who wishes to vote by curbside ballot. Now let's move into some of the voter assistance laws that have changed or been updated as a result of recent court decisions. The first one is tied to who can actually provide assistance in the polling place. Based on a recent court decision, anyone selected by the voter can provide assistance in the polling place. The voter can request that assistance from anyone to complete any part of the voting process. This includes work in the voting booth as they actually fill in their ballot. There is no longer a limit to the number of voters who can be assisted by the same assister in the polling place when it refers to marking ballots. And also, the court decision told us that a candidate may now serve as a ballot marking assistant in the polling place. Our returning judges will remember that there used to be a limit on the number of ballots that somebody could help complete. That number was 3. That number is no longer in place, and an assister can help an unlimited number of voters, provided that voters continue to ask for assistance. There is still the prohibition in the polling place of a union representative or a representative of the employer of the voter from assisting the voter. That is still not allowed. A union rep or an employer representative of that voter cannot assist a voter on election day or in the voting process. Let's leave you with a couple of resources. Your election judge guide is an awesome resource for voter assistance and how that is actually conducted in the polling place on election day. We also want to make you aware of your head judge and other experienced judges who have worked in voter assistance capabilities and capacities in previous elections. And then remember, this presentation and video will be available online for you to review. And of course, we're always available in our elections office if you would like to ask us any specific questions. And with that, we've wrapped up this module. Remember to always contact us if you have any questions. And again, thank you so much for your commitment to serving as an election judge and for completing this training.